I can't think.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Why Am I Shouting?
I don't know.
Welcome back to the MANxiety Show. Mick Thomas.
Corey Brooks.
Appreciate you coming back, liking, subscribing, and
Yes.
sharing, and all the love we've been getting on all the stuff. I'm showing my legs like a slut today.
Look at
like
those
a
pasty
slutty
things.
girl. They are pasty, man.
They are fucking pasty.
fucking as pasty as they come. And the weird thing is, like, they're the hardest thing for me to grow at the gym, and I never skip leg day.
Right.
And they're just like, and I'm lifting heavy weights, and I just can't. I know, right? White boy problems.
No, I'm bad with squats too. I mean, I'm just bad with my legs in general. I mean, we go to do squats at the gym and the boxing gym there, and he's like, come on, it's easy. It's only 10. I'm like, yeah, but do you see my upper body weight?
Yeah.
My legs are struggling. If my legs had eyes, they'd tear.
My shoulders are so massive. My poor leggies have to lift those up.
I hate leg day.
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I don't like
it.
walking like I've been fucked in the ass.
Well, I mean,
I guess I gotta get past that point first.
You walk like a cowboy.
Exactly.
That's what I treat it like. You know what I mean? I feel like I should wear a cowboy hat and leg day and just walk by and just tip it.
Like you won a rodeo championship.
Ma'am. Speaking of, I was at the gym last night.
Okay.
And here's what happened. Here's what I noticed. I came to realization. There's an old guy there, and I see him once in a while, and he's an old man. He's got a service dog with him,
Okay.
right? Like, it's a legit service dog, not a white woman dog. You know, it's like, I bring mine on the plane because I got anxiety and stroking my doodle, whatever the fuck is called. My doodle dumdles.
That's what they call now, doodle doodles.
Whatever.
A poodle and a poodle, they're doodle doodles.
You know what I mean? They go, I mean, when I stroke the dog, I don't get anxiety anymore. And it's a real service dog. It's got the badges and the vest on and everything. And I came to the conclusion that service dogs are slaves.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, okay.
When do you ever see a service dog having a good time? Like, your dogs just start running around like fucking lunatics.
Yeah.
When does a service dog do that? They don't. They're all disciplined.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You can't,
Yeah,
like,
you
I
can't.
guarantee you don't come home, because if you're a legit service dog for like a guide dog, if you're blind, or I don't know what this gentleman's disability is, but it's a full on service dog. The dog lies right by his feet. The guy gets up and goes to the machine. The dog gets up, doesn't wag its tail, doesn't sniff anybody. It doesn't do anything. So he's not a real dog, like, as in he doesn't sniff. Like, so if you ever see a service dog walking down the street with another one, it doesn't stop to sniff anything.
So they're basically, in the dog world, they're butlers, right?
They're slaves because you don't pay him. You don't pay him. These dogs do nothing to enjoy doggy life. Like, I don't know if dogs can talk like they do in Disney movies, but if they see a dog, a fucking like your dog or my dog, like, where are you going? I go to the park. What's a park? Well, that's where all the we get together and we chase each other. What? That sounds like fucking a great time.
I have to bring Maureen her medicine every day.
Yeah. You see this fucking idiot here? Yeah, if I don't stand in front of him, he'll fall down the stairs.
Get hit by a train.
Right, and then you know what happens if he does? I get blamed, and I get shipped off back to school, and I got to turn back up again and take the 6th grade again because I'm a fucking idiot because I let this guy fall down the stairs.
What do you think happens to dogs like that? That, like, all right, if they're guide dogs and they're going across the street and the lady gets hit by a fucking bus. Like, what happens to that dog, right?
Like, you go, bad dog. Bad dog.
Does the dog just say, oh, shit? It just runs away. Like, it just jets. It's on the fucking run. Like, it's kind of worn out for it's a leash or whatever the fucking dog would
just going across the street. And he just goes, I'm in fucking trouble now. Oh, no. I don't want to turn around. Oh, she's all over the truck.
It just looks both ways in fucking jets.
Oh, yeah. He goes, fuck this shit. I'm a homeless dog now.
Exactly.
Does anybody know we got a loose dog here?
But
Service dog there, the lady hit by a bus.
but you know what I mean? Like, they get no joy, and you don't come home after a day of like being just obedient and just direct and fucking just being a serious dog. As soon as you get in the door, you don't go, oh fuck, get me a tennis ball. Get me I want to start licking my nuts. Like, you never see any service dogs do that. Like, your dog is an idiot. My dog's an idiot.
My dog's so stupid that I'm the slave in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, it just runs in and it goes to the corner. I'm like, oh fuck, what's that? And I can look, it's got like a good 8-inch paper towel hanging out of its asshole that I gotta pull out. And then after I pull it out, it's like so happy. It goes right back outside, starts running and again. I'm like, what the fuck? like, why are these fun?
Yeah, service dog never wags a tail, never smells. Like, and that's apparently that's
They salute
heaven.
you when you walk
Yeah, that's heaven to a dog smelling something. Like, because
Right.
that they get to tell a story
Yep.
by smelling. They get to put the story together of what happened to the other dog that pissed on this tree or this lamppost or fire hydrant.
Yep.
And now they don't stop, they do nothing. They just sit there listening to this fucking idiot. Like if he meets Samantha for lunch and he's just got to sit there and listen to this awful story.
Right.
And she might come with her dog that's not a service dog.
Oh.
Right? And you can't even pat them or pet them.
That's right,
There's
just don't
always a
pet my
sign
service
on them. Don't fucking touch me. Don't give me any love or affection. Like, don't even tell me I'm doing a good job.
Nothing. Don't. Yep.
They're
Don't let me be a dog.
slaves. They're
That's true.
fucking slaves.
Those poor dogs.
And people, we don't.
Where's fucking PETA for those dogs?
Yeah. Where are they? Because he paid a few grand for one.
That's it.
That's it. Like, same with the military dogs.
Yeah, that's not. Listen, just give him a walking stick. He doesn't need the fucking dog.
Give him a fucking pat. Give him a belly rub once in a while. Bit of peanut butter in a what are those called? Those big
Kongs?
Kongs. Yeah.
That's it.
Give him one of them. You don't do any. You don't rub his belly. You don't pat him on the back. You don't get good. You don't throw a stick and let him go get it.
I kind of want one of those dogs.
Nah, man. You just fucking just a table.
My
that
dog just
moves.
ate its fucking 18th remote today. So yeah, at least those dogs are like good.
Yeah, dude. My dog eats shit, and I go, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's all clogged in his teeth. I don't give a shit. Go do. I don't care. Why am I worried about what you're doing? If you're getting sick, I will not do any. I'm done. Unless he gets hit with something.
Yeah.
I will not bring that dog to any vet. I ain't not paying hundreds of dollars,
Thousands,
Nope.
hundreds, thousands.
I'm not
man.
doing
That's
it.
it's
I'm not doing it.
expensive.
I love this dog, but I ain't paying for you. Sorry.
If a house was on fire, would you go in and try to rescue him?
If I could,
If you could.
like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's just the start of the fire.
Yep.
And it's like the kitchen is up, right? The family is out. The photo album is caught. I have time to go in and get him. I do.
Okay.
But if it's one of those things like you see in the movies and like the frame of the door is all fired,
It's all fire.
that's sorry.
We have to get Bucky.
Yeah, we don't. We don't. Sorry, Buck. It's we loved having you. You
Yeah.
were great. But I ain't getting like I don't even want to like rip this shirt going in to get him.
You have to.
You know what I mean? If
Because I guess
someone's
you got to do that. Like, do I feel like they always just take off the shirt before they go into burning buildings?
Yeah,
and
well,
all that?
I'm
Maybe?
assuming.
It's like,
Yeah.
like, what is that? It's flammable. Like your skin's not. Everything's always gonna be a dramatic scene when they go to save somebody.
Yeah, and it's never a fat guy. It's always a shredded guy.
It's
who
always
goes
a
in.
shredded guy, and
Yeah.
and then the silhouette comes through holding the puppy.
Right. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if I'd be at the door like, I don't know, man. I just got this at Marshall's. I don't want to snag it on a nail. And you can't get the smell of fire smoke
Oh,
out
you
of it.
can't. When you have a
So
fire,
I'm
you're
like, you
just
know
done.
what, dog? I like this shirt more than I like
Yep.
you. That's it.
That's it, man.
And that, you know, I prefer dogs over cats any day, of course. But
Because cats are assholes.
the other morning,
Yeah.
I'm getting up to go to the gym, and as I'm walking out, like man, my ritual, my first part of the day is ruined by these animals. Like it takes me 20 minutes to get my day started with animals. I have to get up, take the dog out, do his business, bring him back inside, get the cat food because I can't let him do things at the same time because the dog chased the cat away, or else the dog will eat the cat's food if it's there. So 20 minutes of my day is gone. So I get out and I go, why is that all blurry on the screen? Look at that. Is that
I don't
a
know.
feature on there?
Might be. Oh, I don't know.
Or is it my glasses?
I think it
are
might be
blurry?
your glasses. Maybe a
Could
little
be.
dust in your glasses. But
So anyway, so I go out and the cat isn't coming over to get the food that he normally does. She normally
Okay,
does.
uh-oh.
I just see her in like about 40 feet away in the ivy on the side of the house, and she's rustling. He's like pushing down on something. Like, all right, she's killing something.
Yeah.
Let me go see what it is. And I go over, and it's a baby mole.
really,
Yeah, and the mole is just lying there. I'm like, all right, do I see? Like, I don't know how far gone the mole is now.
that chair is dipping.
Yeah, I know it is. I think it's just sinking into the
I
ground.
think you have to fix that because you're about 3 inches becoming the Titanic.
I'm afraid to.
It just sank, dude. It's so bad.
There you go. It's,
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's
Right.
fine. I'm
Anyway,
okay. I'm
sorry. I ruined the story.
So you did. You ruined my moment. You won't see this clip on Instagram.
No,
now
I just
because
thought you were
the
gonna.
rhythm is all
I
gone.
thought you were gonna fall back.
It's fine.
I'm like, if he falls back, I'm trying to save your life here.
It's yeah, because I'm gonna fall on grass. I'm gonna fall 9 inches on grass. Saved his life. I did. Phew.
You remember?
I'm
All right.
forever in his debt now.
So I gotta hear about this mole now and the cat.
So I go out and the mole.
Yeah.
You just heard the mole like. I'm like, all right, he's not dead yet.
Okay.
But I don't know how far along the mole is. Like, I don't know how far he is from his house. If I shoo my cat away, like, shoo, go away, will the mole go, oh, thank you for that, and just go back in? But he doesn't. Like, so I go, like, you know what, cat, you just do what you want to do with it. Like, I don't care. And I got back in the car, and the cat just ran off with the mole in its mouth. I don't know if, I'm sure it doesn't eat it. I think he just wanted to
just plays with it,
jack it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, my dogs do the same thing back here when there's moles, and they do more harm than any exterminator would do because they just dig a hole 10 times bigger than the fucking mole. And then you look in the backyard, they're just fucking hopping and trying to stomp the thing. And then the one dog brings it up like, look, I got one. And I'm like, you just cost me 4 bags of fucking sod and peat moss to fix the fucking hole.
He's standing in a nuke-sized hole.
Like, exactly.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. It's Area 51.
Fucking Walmart treats is all I get around here. And I'm out here saving them from moles, saving the lawn.
Exactly. Man, it feels fucking nice today.
It is, man.
Summer's
I thought it was going to be too hot. I don't care.
I'm going to miss grilling. I'm a grill dad.
I didn't do any of the things I wanted. I wanted to spend more time at the beach.
Right.
I didn't do that. And my bike has been in the shop all fucking summer. I didn't get out on the bike once this summer. I was planning on going.
And are you the guy who keeps bringing it back to the same shop that's not fixing it?
Yeah, man. But you know why? Yeah, here's why. Because the guy I gave it to first, he was like, he couldn't fix it, but he was like, don't pay me yet. Okay. Don't pay me till I fix it. I'm like, you fucking, now I can't just go, can I take it off you and bring it somewhere else, please? Right. Because then I got to pay him for something he didn't do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's
true.
But
that's true.
that was the summer loving happened so fast. She died. Olivia Newton-John died last week.
Right. That's right.
Do you know what I noticed about?
I don't know much about her.
Did you ever see the movie Grease?
I didn't see it completely.
Grease is it's a musical starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, and it's about 42-year-old people pretending to be 17, maybe 16. And that's what Grease is about.
Right.
And the audience falls for it. Like, there's a guy with grown-up acne. You know that grown-up where they have just the crevice left in their face because they picked their acne so bad? Yeah, and there's one girl who looks at least like she's 46. And she, you know, and did you ever watch a movie and not understand what was going on, but when you go back and rewatch it, you're like, oh fuck, that's what that was about?
Yeah, it's almost every movie I've ever watched.
Right. Like Dirty Dancing, for example. Did you ever watch Dirty Dancing?
Yeah. Dirty Dancing I've watched, yeah.
So do you remember that scene where I guess she's in the corner and she's crying? Patrick Swayze's girlfriend, not girlfriend, but her.
Said nobody puts baby in the corner.
No, the old girlfriend. The old girlfriend, the sexy one. Like, not the fucking small Jewish girl with the frizzy hair who's way unattractive. The really hot one that he doesn't pick.
Yeah.
He there's a scene where she's sitting down on the ground and she's crying, and then her dad's a doctor and she runs against the dad, and the dad fixes her, makes her better. And I'm like, all right, I guess she was sick and he helped. When you go back and watch that as an adult, you're like, she had an abortion. Like, you're watching that when you're 9 with your mother on the couch or whatever, or your family, or they put it on and it comes on TV, and you're like, what happened to her? Ah, she's sick. And then you're like, she killed a baby.
So she's so upset. I did not know that. Well,
that's what that was about.
Movie facts.
It's not even a fact. It's like you go back and you watch and go, holy shit, that's what that was? That girl had an abortion?
I did not know that.
Yeah, now like, I mean, you're going to be 9 and have a political opinion on pro-life,
I mean, now if that happens in a movie, it's like an hour-and-a-half scene, I'm sure, before they get back to the regular movie.
Happen in the movies. Yeah, exactly. It's a protest.
It's a protest and everything. It's a whole court case, and it gets back to the movie.
You know, after 6 weeks, like, shut up. Can Patrick Swayze just fucking dance? Just dance. Nobody cares about if it's pro-life or pro-choice. Just fucking, does he dance?
Oh, man.
That's all he does.
That's fucking great. You know what I noticed?
Go on.
That there is no pair of lungs more powerful than a fucking grill dad.
What do you mean?
Have you ever put out...
I thought you went to the Natural History Museum and you read something about a blue whale. Do you know something?
Have you ever...
When did this show turn into a trivia?
I don't know. Like, have you ever... Because this happened to me the other day. Have you ever put out a 4-burner flame flare-up on a grill?
No.
You haven't?
No,
Do you know what that's like? You don't own a grill?
I don't own a grill.
Really?
I'm not a real man.
You're not a real man. Do you know the amount of fucking lung power it takes to put out that grease fire?
What happened?
When it fucking flares up. So I was making, dinner. Threw some steaks on there, sausage, all that, summer fucking foods.
Yeah.
I put the grill down. I usually always clean the grill. I didn't clean it this time. So I'm in the kitchen, do whatever, and she's like, "Oh my god, the grill's smoking. Is everything all right?" We go open the fucking grill, and it was like, "All right, so here's the fucking flames like this fucking high on the thing," and she's like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" So I'm like, I spent like $15 a fucking steak. I got like 3 steaks on there, and I'm like, we'll make a really good fucking meal. She's like, "Do I throw water?" I'm like, "No, you're not fucking throwing water. You're not ruining this. You don't throw water." I don't know if that's considered a grease fire or not. So, dude, I had to go
on the way there. She wanted to throw water on the food.
She wanted to throw on the fucking grill just to put it out. But it's
was there food? Was there food?
Yes,
on
there
it?
was food. There was 3
you
fucking.
Can't throw water on it, even I know that.
You can't. So I had to like 3 Little Pig it. The fucking. If you've never, I don't care if you ran your 100 fucking miles, you have never used lung power like that to put out a fucking fire in your entire life. I thought I needed medics after I was done. We had the steaks. They were unbelievable, but I'm like, holy fuck.
Damp towel, no?
What?
A damp towel.
To put out a fucking fire on a grill when you put it over the steak?
Well, look, sometimes you got to sacrifice. Do you want your fucking steaks?
Yeah,
or do you want your siding to catch on fire?
I want my steaks.
And your whole house
That's
to burn
how much
down.
of an idiot I
Like,
am.
do you want to stand there where all your stuff burns to the ground? But like, you know what? At least we're full. At least we're full.
That's it. We had nowhere to sleep tonight, but our food's in our bellies. It was fucking
But we can digest this food and think about where we're going to sleep tonight.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. You just kick the grill
live
over
off the
and go to
land.
Wendy's.
That's it.
Kick the grill over.
I couldn't do it, man. It
Go
was
to
fucking
Burger
hard
King.
for me. When you spend that much money on steaks and everything, we had a good like $100 on that fucking bar.
Really?
Yeah, with
How
everything
many
I
are you
was
eating?
cooking.
How many people are eating?
Just
Jesus, man. That's a lot.
This is what happens with me. I get over obsessed. It's almost like an art to fucking grill.
You gotta go to
like,
Costco.
It's like fun. It's like a hobby to fucking grill.
That's all right, man. A lot of people love that. Like they do love. You got to go to.
I cook for an army. There's only fucking 2 of us. And
Yeah,
he's stuck on the chicken nuggets mac and cheese bullshit.
Yeah,
so.
do you ever worry about that with your son? Like my son is getting up there, man, and he's still
eating the same shit.
And it's like I imagine my son, 25, 26,
Yep.
dressed nice. He's in shape, nice haircut. Right, he's got good hairline. Comes from the dad side. I teach him about dressing nice to go on a date. Goes to a nice
Why's your
restaurant.
wife losing her hair?
No, but all her family, the men,
So
they're all bald as eggs.
yeah, you get.
I don't think that's true. I think that's that's
You know what I was
not.
trying to say?
I know what you want to say. It comes
you-
from the mother's side or
The
something.
mother's father.
Whatever it is, but he's
Yeah.
bald as an egg.
Yep.
Same with her brother. But I picture my son, 25, nice hair, good shape,
Right.
dressed nice, fancy restaurant, attractive woman, first date, maybe second, maybe third, big night.
Yep.
And he's just sitting there and just chicken nuggets, please. You know what I mean? Like, how are your how is your mac and cheese tonight? And I just like fucking hell, man. Like when does that end?
I don't know. I think it ends at a certain point, and then when you become an adult, like right now, I'm excited that I get to go out and he orders chicken tenders because then I get to eat them without feeling guilty.
Or
But
when he gets it, do you go, are you going to eat all that yet? Are you finished with it? He's like, no, Dad, I'm still eating it. I was just wondering.
I want the chicken fingies. I like chicken fingies, but it's got to end. I don't know. When does it end? I think it ended for me at like. Well, I was a fat ass, so I gotta say, I think it ended for me at like 9.
I don't remember how, because we grew up piss poor, man, and we just ate what you were given.
And that's how I feel. Like, so yesterday we brought him for his physical before kindergarten, and the doctor's like, "All right, his
ridiculous.
weight is good, but his
Physical.
growth, yeah, I know,
For school.
it's crazy."
It's not fucking school in fucking downtown Beirut.
Oh my god! And for 2 hours, he was like, "Dad, how's the shot feel?" I'm gonna keep going like this. How's the shot feel?
I like the way your son sounds
how's
like
the
an
shot
80-year-old smoker from Long Island.
It's about the same thing.
Hey, Dad, how's the
Always
shot?
complain. Dad, how's the shot feel? Dad, how's the shot feel? Show me again. That's
go
what he
on.
was doing. So I had to keep doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. But anyway, so
You should have just kicked him in the balls. And he goes, just like
he don't
that.
got him yet. He'd be like,
You
"Oh, it's
kick him right in the balls, and he's like, fuck, the pain. I got to do it again because you got to get used to it.
He's 5. It was better having him kick me in the balls."
Yeah, but if you keep kicking him in the balls on the way to the doctor, go, this is what your shot feels like. Bang. Oh, really, Dad? Oh, 2 more. And then when he gets there, he gets a shot like, oh, that's better. So you
That
did him a
was it.
favor by kicking him in the balls.
kick your 5-year-old in the nuts, and that will help with the shots.
So anyway,
So
go ahead.
he's on the percentile now where he's like lower.
What's
So
that?
he
What
was
do you
like,
mean
all right,
lower?
he was like,
Oh,
40%.
size-wise.
Size-wise, and
Yeah,
I dipped
me
a
son
little
is like
bit.
that too.
Right? So I'm getting all nervous here, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I got to do? So I'm like, I sit him down. I'm like, listen, we're going to get home. I'm going to get you shots of Deca. We're going to do shots of Deca, do a good steroid cycle.
Yeah, man.
Right? That's what you do. Get them on a good steroid cycle, some estrogen blockers.
Yeah, let's
and
start
you
bullying.
Get them growing.
Teach you how to bully.
Teach them how to bully.
Testosterone flies
That's
out when
it.
you're a bully.
That's it. I got him doing the sleigh with all the weights running across the yard now. We're going to figure this out.
Fucking nice, man. Yeah,
That's
but
it.
my son's on that. He's on that way
That
too.
too?
It's the
Okay.
shorter.
But the way the doctors tell you, because they ask it in a passive-aggressive way. Because they'd sit there and they'll look at his chart and then they'll be like, how's his diet? Is he eating like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that in your fucking head? It's like, just tell me, do I suck?
Yeah.
Do I
that's-
suck as a parent? Just, what do I got to do to fucking fix? Just tell me. You know what I mean? It's like, I hate that. Like,
Well, that's the thing, man. Like about right to get to your point about when people like can you just ask me the question and move on?
Yeah.
Like I'm going through the airport the other day. I'm going to Minnesota.
Yep.
And as I'm walking through, I'm running late. Not running late. I'm on time.
Yep.
I time it now because I live 5 minutes from the fucking airport. I drive up. I walk in, flip flops on, take the bag off, straight through, pick my bag up, straight on the fucking plane. That's it. That's how I do it.
perfect way to do it.
Great way to do it. So I walk in, bag comes off, flip flops on, fucking straight through the thing. And then all of a sudden they pull my bag to the side. I'm going, all right, no problem. I still got time. Pull the bag. So now, but they're pulling a family's bag in front of me, and there's like a dad, a mother, and 4 small kids, and they've all got Mickey Mouse ears. Because look, you're going southwest you're going to Disney. You're going to Disney. They've all got the Disney shit on, and the guy is going through the bag. I'm like, really, fella? Like that's the family. They're the ones, are they? They're the ones going to take it down. That's what's going to be on the news. You know what I mean? A mother and father and their 4 kids.
Yep.
Hijacked your plane. Are they the ones? So I'm already kind of getting agitated, and I'm trying to be a peace, calm person.
Right.
So bag has gone through, flip-flop comes off. She takes the bag and she starts going through it, and she goes straight to my toilet bag, takes out a thing of gel, fructis gel, which I had when my hair was longer. I just haven't been through my toilet bag to clean it out. And she goes, you can't keep this in. And I go, no problem. End of story. Throw it out. Let's go. But then she proceeds to give me a lecture on why. I go, no. Can I take it on a plane? No. Throw it in the bin. That's all you need to say. I don't need to know about what happened back in 2001 and why you're taking it.
Right.
Just fucking take it. I don't need to hear your voice.
Like, you're going to give a big fucking dramatic scene. I need my hell gel.
There's people over there cursing me out
Right.
because we're not moving fast enough because you want to give me a lecture. Take it out. Can I have it? No.
Was it
gone.
like travel size? It was travel size, right? You said
No, it was a normal, like it was a
Okay.
normal size gel, right? But when I travel, normally, like I'm driving to most of my gigs, but now
Right.
I'm taking more gigs
Right.
that are far from home, so I have to fly. And I'm like, no. Same thing happened. To your point again, I'm in the Met in New York City, and I want to use the bathroom, and I go in, and as I'm walking, long story short, I go in, and I'm walking around. With the I jump on a free tour.
Right.
I want to hang out with these people. I want to learn some shit today. And as a guy comes out, and just like your doctor, the guy picks up a vase or whatever, and he goes, does anybody know what this was used for? And one woman, a German woman, goes, was it a vase? And he goes, no, it was an urn. And I'm like, why are you making her feel like you went to school for it? You have the degree. Why are you asking a question to which you know it doesn't matter if she gets it right? What are you going to say?
Yeah.
Yay, congratulations. She got it wrong. You made her feel like a fucking asshole. You've wasted 40 seconds of this tour. Just go, this is a fucking urn. Next, this was used for killing people. It's a spear. This is what they used to come into.
They try to make themselves sound smarter by asking questions. Be like, all right.
Who cares?
I went to school for this for a good reason.
Who cares? Just walk in, pick up a thing, urn. Got it? Next. Vase. Spear. Can opener. Don't ask us what we think it is.
Mick wants to spend $400 for a 10-second tour.
You're the fucking, I mean, I snuck in for free, but it's not, it's besides the point, but
You did.
I did, yeah.
You still complained.
I snuck in for
It
free.
was
I
free.
wanted
You
to use
snuck in and
I
you
wanted to
complained.
use in the bathroom, and they wouldn't let me until I bought a ticket. And I go, you know what? I just want to go.
You were so angry for free.
Do you know what I said to the security guard? He goes, you can't. He goes, the bathroom is right there. I'm looking at it.
That was your karma.
I go, I just want to go to the bathroom. I go, I promise you I won't learn anything. And he goes, no, you gotta buy a ticket. Fucking hell. So I bought a ticket. I'm like, you know what?
Oh, so you did? Okay.
No, a ticket, but I didn't buy a ticket for the tour guide.
Oh.
I got to take it to walk around like an idiot and just
go
read.
pee-pee.
Go and read
15
and take a piss. I was like, I'm jumping in with these Germans and I'm going to learn some shit today. Learn some shit today, boys. But anyway, so go ahead, your doctor, passive aggressive. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, just go, hey, man, here's your son. Fix it.
Yep.
Or don't do it.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not so worried about it now. It seems he's a great doctor. He's actually a friend of the family, but he's like, we'll worry about it in 6 months. There's nothing to worry about now. And I'm like, I'm fucking worried about it now. You know what I mean? Like I'm worried about it now. So I was telling him, I'm like, we're gonna get you on some fucking muscle milk. We're gonna do this. You know? I don't know. I get worried with shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I have my
the way they
son-
say it sometimes, like, am I failing as a father? Even though you're not, it's just it is what it is. I mean, I can't get him to eat stuff that he doesn't want to eat. I don't care if he's gonna eat chicken nuggets every fucking day as long as he's eating. It's like,
right.
it's hard. It gets hard at the same time.
Here's how you know if you're failing as a father, right? Here's a good lesson. Flash back to when you were a child at his age,
Right.
and figure out what your dad did, right?
Right.
And my point is, like, if you feel like, and a lot of parents that do this, they go, my house isn't big enough for my kid. I didn't take him on a trip this year. I didn't do like, he wants this computer and I just don't have it right now. Think back to what happened to you when you wanted those things. You still turned out fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that feeling you have of just want and go, all right, I'm not going to get it. So I think if you put yourself in that position, go, all right, look, I'm not punching him.
Yep.
Like my dad did to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's one thing. I asked for something. I didn't call him, say, shut up, stupid. I didn't do that. So now I'm 2 points ahead
Right.
of my dad right now.
Right.
And that's a great way to get through it, you know?
Yeah.
I feel that's way I get great way to get through it. But you can't worry about that shit, man. What he's eating, what he's not eating.
Yep. You know what it is? Is they'll watch these like Disney Channel, Disney Junior and stuff. And then you watch these commercials and the dad just always so perfect on these commercials. They're all fake, and I'm like, wow, this guy was able to build a 3-story fort in the fucking living room.
Listen,
and he's
man.
so happy. Like, what does he do for a fucking living,
what does
this
he do?
guy?
What does he
like,
do?
What does he do?
He's just
you know what I
fucking.
mean?
And
My
he's-
son's like, Dad, I want a fort. I take the fucking couch cushions off and throw some blankets on
And
it.
he always
Like,
has, the Disney dads always have energy for their kids. Like, they're sitting on the couch, they're never watching TV, they're always reading a newspaper.
Yep.
And the kid walks in and goes, hey, Dad, can you help us build a treehouse? He goes, you bet, buddy. And he puts the newspaper, he runs out. It's never like, Dad, can you build a treehouse? It's never like goes, fuck me. Where's your mother? Like, where's your iPad? Like, you want to, let's
look at blueprints.
Yeah.
You find the blueprints. Like, Dad, I'm 4. You find the blueprints, and then your wife comes, you promised him last week you were going to build a tree.
Yeah. And like, what do you do?
Well, I didn't know I had to do the overtime this week.
Yeah. There's none of that shit. The dad is always sitting at home in the middle of the day reading a newspaper.
Reading the newspaper, always with the biggest smile on his face.
Fucking,
You know?
it's the most unrealistic shit
It's so
ever.
unrealistic, but it works because it makes people like me feel guilty.
Nah, man, I don't watch it. You can't watch it. Like, here's it. Like, have you watched?
And then right after that comes the Home Depot commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, do you want
Do you want to build a treehouse
Do you
for
want a lumber for that
40% of the
treehouse,
house?
or do you want to build it like queer?
And you're like, shit.
Yeah, the Home Depot where nobody. Like, I was at Home Depot yesterday.
Yep.
To get wood and to try to teach my son to be a man. And all it was I had to fix the backdrop of my podcast, and it was starting to bend, like the panel was
So you're
bending.
just trying to get free labor, not really teach him how to be a man.
But like, I knew he could fuck it up because I'm going to be painting over what he's doing. I'm going to be grouting over to give it a new look. You'll see it on Cheaper Than Therapy, hopefully next week's episode.
Okay.
So I let him just hammer nails into this fucking like, just, let him feel like a man.
Right.
And he does, and he gets
That's
up
good.
immediately. He's like, Dad, this thing is a
That's
cunt.
good.
It's like, what is all cunty shit?
So
And then my wife came home.
That's
and
a man.
Yeah, he turned into a man already.
Yep.
And then my wife came home. She's like, "Hey, come on up. You got to clean room." I was like, "Fuck me with this. I got to listen to this shit." I go, "Hey, man, look at this.
Hey, go clean it with the hammer.
This is what you got to do. This is what you got. You're a man now. You got to put up with this." Like, fucking listen to this shit. And he walks in. Oh, fucking burgers again.
And that's it. Goes into the fridge, cracks open a beer. We had a good lesson with Dad. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
man. It's
fucking great, man.
It's insane.
Kids are great.
Yeah, man. They're the best. They're the best. But
How does your wife ever yell at you? I know I'm switching
Yes.
subjects here. All right.
just yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, is there ever something that in the house that she has to open and it's like automatically your fault to put it too tight? Or does she ever ask you to spell something?
Spell
Anything?
Here's the thing.
If you don't know the words, she wants to burn you at the stake.
The
letters, you
opposite-ish. The opposite-ish, meaning
Okay.
I'm a bad speller. It's not that I'm a bad speller. I don't trust myself.
Okay.
When I read out the word, I go, I second guess. I go, yeah, that was right, you idiot.
Right.
But I will yell something. I go, can you spell community? I'll say something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I know how to spell community, by the way. I'm not bragging. But she doesn't. She needs to speak to me like I'm a child.
Right.
Like, just go, C, O, M. She goes, C-O-M-M-M-M. I go, wait, wait, go back. What was it? C-O-M-M-M. No, wait, slow down. C-O-M, because I'm either typing it or writing it. I'm not just sitting there going, oh, thank you, in my head. And then now I feel like an idiot because you're making me ask her, explain it like I'm a child. C-O-O-M-M. You know what I mean? Like that way.
Like you get a sticker at the end of it.
Yeah, it's like, don't just go, because I got to ask you 5 times to do it.
Yeah, she the other day was asking me, she's like, because those simple words sometimes you have a brain fart with them, right? You're like, how do you spell?
That's it.
So
who?
she
Like something like, I remember like in school going, what the fuck? Who? I was trying to explain. H-O-Y? What? You moron, you're 17. Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
She goes, how do you spell inquiry? And my immediate thing was, I look over and I go, Google it.
Yeah.
And then she goes, like I'm the fucking idiot, and I'm like, I sat there for a
She's
second,
mad at you for something she can't do.
She was mad. She literally like rolled her fucking eyes. I'm like, you're the one that can't spell inquiry. I'm like, oh, I gotta Google this now. Like I should know all the fucking answers. I was like, wow.
I press the phone and just say it into the phone
to Siri,
and then she finds it, just whatever it is. And
just walk around the house, like Siri, I love you, and just sort of, I love you too, man. See if she gets jealous.
Here's what I found on the web, and it could be like inquiry into Donald Trump's investigation. I'm like, all right, inquiry, I'm good. I don't give it. Like that could be like inquiry, the world's going to end in 4 days. You better get your affairs in order. I'm like, good, inquiry.
FBI knocking at your door, and you're like, I just need to spell a word.
I don't give a shit. I got the word inquiry. I don't care what says underneath it. I don't care if it has the date and time of my death underneath it. I stop reading after inquiry.
I hate those. Speaking of death, you ever see those fucking stupid things that try to guess the day of your death?
Never seen one of those.
You ever believe them? Never seen one of them
I've
ever?
seen, like sitcoms will have them. And the guy's like, wait, but that's tomorrow. Sitcoms will do it.
It's like, here's another thing I got for you here.
Go on.
Okay. I got a good question for you as a father, and you're well beyond my years as a father, so I guess I'm asking for advice here. When do you stop your son? Like, when's the age that you stop your son from seeing your wife naked?
We had that conversation a few times over the last few months. I was like, you got to stop now.
You and I didn't.
Me and her.
Okay.
She will walk into the room
Right.
totally topless.
Really?
Now. And I go, you can't. Stop.
Yes, because in my head, I'm like, all right, he's 5, so I'm like, there's a good time to stop. And I'm like, the best time to stop, and I'm trying to think, like, the best time to
Are you talking
stop.
about you or your missus?
My missus, not me.
Oh, you still let us hang out, walk in?
Not really, I don't. But
you gotta let him.
You got to stop with her first, right? I mean,
I would say you should go as much as you want to and just as much as you can, so he doesn't question shit with him.
Right, and you don't want him to ever question it. But in my head, I'm like, when's the good age where you never remember your mother naked?
I don't remember.
Right, so it's just like, what is that? Is that 5? Is that 6? 'Cause you never want him to be like,
my son will remember. That's what I said to her.
That's what I mean.
Stop. You got to stop.
It's like they'll remember. So it's like you got to stop earlier than that, right? Because it's just like fuck. Till he sees her when she's like 55.
I think the day you stop leaving your son around your naked wife is when you walk into the room and your wife is getting changed. Your son is sitting there, and you go, "Hey man, listen, do you want to go outside?" And he's like, "Huh? yeah, I'll be down in a minute, Dad." Like, no, that's you got like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. You know what I mean? He's like, what are you, a D? What? Get out. Too much. Get out. Then you've crossed the line.
Yeah, because now we're working on like the privacy thing right now, but it's just like, because you don't want to like weird them out, or it's just like they pay close attention to it. You know what I mean? Or
Well,
just like, because kids at a young age are very curious all the time. So like, why can't I see mom naked? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
They don't think anything of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say to him, look, it comes a time where you got to stop.
Right. That's a time. So
sexually harassing your mother.
right. So you stop him from seeing her. You want to stop him from seeing his mother naked at like 5 or 6, and then you want to stop seeing his mother naked at like what, 50?
I don't know, man. If they can hold it together, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Did you ever go to like an old folks home? And it's probably the most depressing place on the planet. It stinks.
Yep.
It fucking stinks. And you eat, and they eat. And if you watch an old person eat, to me, it's the most gross thing. The food's all over their face.
Yep.
And I don't want to see them naked. And I just think, like, even if it's your missus and you grow old together, you know, one of them hasn't died and a new one comes in. Let's say it's the original one.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think because you're slowly going to watch that fall apart. Right? And she's going to watch you fall apart too. Don't get me wrong. Because listen, we don't stay attractive either.
No, we don't.
Our shit gets worse.
We don't.
Our balls hit our ankles long before their tits hit their hips.
My beard's already going gray.
Is it? Look at me, man. I got it in there. I got some up there.
Just my arm hair. I have one arm hair that's gray. I'm like, ah!
I found one nose hair that was gray. I was like, that's just fucking weird.
It's weird.
I have a distinguished nose now. Like my nose is like a smart professor.
Your nose is getting so stressed out.
Like my nose should have a pipe and teach people.
I wish he'd stop holding his breath. That's getting stressed out. Nose hair's gray.
But I saw an older woman at the gym today. It's so funny. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, she had a cool haircut, like a younger person's haircut. I was like, wow, she's actually an attractive woman.
Wow, really?
All grey, and she's like I won't say
that's cool.
She was attractive for an old woman.
Right.
She's an attractive woman. She was on a machine, and then she stood up and went, "No, forget it. Forget it. Like everything has fallen off. Everything is held together with that outfit. Like she takes that out, and it's just going to be like a bag of mayonnaise just splattered all over the floor. No. Like
a broken jar glued together.
And I remember thinking, like, wow, she's an older woman and she's attractive. I wasn't going like, but she stood up. I was like, no, that's.
How dare you?
No,
me?
No, gravity is not her friend at all. At all. And it's not going to be a friend to all of us.
No, it's not.
It's not going to be a friend to all of us.
It's really not.
I sat on the plane coming back. I'm sorry because I travel a lot now. I hope our podcast is not going to be the fucking travel show.
All about planes.
So I'm on the plane and I there was a fuck up with the flights and I ended up going from Minnesota to Chicago, Chicago to Nashville to New York to Long Island.
Yep.
And I get on at Nashville and I'm sitting next to this old woman and a guy right up front, and I love the front seat of Southwest. I love the front seat. And I'm sitting next to this old woman and she goes, now before we take off, I just want to let you fellas know, this before the guy fell asleep, she goes, on my last flight, I fell asleep and I start stroking the guy's leg next to me. I was like, what? She goes, yeah, I fell asleep and I dreamt I was stroking my dog and I woke up and I go, does that work with anybody, miss? Because I ain't putting up with
It's
that.
a hell of a pickup line.
I was like, no, miss, is that your game? And she's like, no, really. So here's, I was like, no, that's not an excuse. Like a man can't do that. A man can't fall asleep and go, honk, honk, honk.
I think I'm on my bicycle and I'm ringing the bell.
Sorry. Exactly. That's it.
Beeping the horn.
Right, sorry, I fell asleep and I thought I was putting my hand up a hornet's nest and I just tried to go shove it right up your jacksie. Doesn't work, missus. You can't get away with that in your sleep.
Yeah.
So she takes out an iPad.
Okay.
And on the iPad, which was a cool fucking app.
Yep.
I didn't know it existed and I would got it and I will get it. But it's a jigsaw app.
Okay.
Right? So you get a picture of New York skyline, whatever.
It's a jigsaw puzzle app.
And you click, and you click how many pieces do you want?
Right.
So let's say she had select 500 pieces.
Okay.
And then you have a jigsaw and you drag the pieces. You always start with the edges, don't you? You always start with the edges.
Yep.
And she started this jigsaw. And it was a great app and you drag it like that doesn't fit.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, that's a fucking cool app.
Yeah.
So she fell asleep and the iPad fell off and I picked it up for her. But when I picked up the iPad, I completed the jigsaw for her. I just did the jigsaw. And it took me however long it took me to get from Nashville to New York. It took about 50 minutes, 50 minutes. And I put it back on her lap and she woke up and she had a mask on. And she woke up, she goes, she's like looking around and she's like, because she knows she just got the edges done and she was looking forward to it. And she goes, did you see I go, you did your jigsaw in your sleep? She goes, no. I go, yeah, man. So not only
that's fucking great.
I said to her, you were sleeping, you're And I go, so not only do you molest young men in your sleep, but you also do jigsaws like an evil genius.
The only thing that would make that story better is if you actually took her hand and used it.
But she woke up and she called the stewardess, and the stewardess was like, guess what I did when I was asleep? And the stewardess was like, oh, look at him. And the stewardess looked at me and I was like, no, she didn't. I was like, oh, that's wonderful, Betty.
Fucking great.
Oh, whatever, fuck her names. Let me click this button here before the thing dies on it.
That is
Yeah, she goes,
awesome.
oh. Like, she goes, that's wonderful, Betty. And I was like, no, all me.
And so how long did it take you to finish the puzzle? Like how many?
About 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I'd say.
So she was sleeping for 40 minutes.
But she had the edges done, to be fair. And it was it wasn't a New York skyline. It was like but I'm saying that was an example. It was like a castle and a lake. And once you get started and get it going, you're fine. It's easy to do.
That was fucking great.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Awesome fucking story.
That's what I did.
An awesome fucking story.
That's all my stories, man. On the
stories
road.
are all fucking great.
That's what happened on the road.
Scenarios you land in are fucking fantastic.
You put yourself
One
in
in a million.
enough of them. You put yourself in enough of them.
Yep.
You know.
Fuck, man. That's why you can't stop living life, because it's just so many good fucking stories from it, you know?
When comics do that, they go to hotels, they go to towns, and they just sit in the room all day. Wank,
How? You're not getting good stuff. I mean, that's what comedy's about. Life.
Living life, man.
Comedy and life.
Living life. That's a deep message. Comedy and life.
Yeah. Name of our podcast, kind of. Is it that boring for you?
No.
Fucking boring for you?
I don't know why. I think it's the heat. I went out with my son working out today in the field.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I have him do it. He does 40 squats on a squat machine.
Oh,
in the
nice.
Field.
Keep him busy.
That's a nice field we have. He does 40 push-ups and 40 pull-ups.
That's good. And he's getting out. He's excited to get out there.
And then he does 5 rounds of boxing at the end of that.
Nice.
And then we race up and down the field with the dog chasing us.
So that's why you don't call me to work out anymore.
3 days a week. No, you can still come out in the mornings. I don't work out with him.
I know.
I work him out. I just stand there going, hey, come on. Fucking do your thing.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Good.
So we're talking about the other day where we wanted to talk about how we discipline our kids, about going too far.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember what led into that?
I don't. Do you?
Yeah. Well, I remember in my head thinking, like, I remember going when my son was small. I think you were fighting with your son.
I was fighting with him.
And you were supposed to send me the picture.
Oh, I got to send you a picture. So I was fighting with him the other day because iPad time was coming up in 5 minutes.
Get the iPad.
I give him iPad time, and he started bitching and moaning. That's the worst day ever. You take out. Do you want? And this is what he does. This is how he gets me. He goes and says, "Dad, do you want your son to lose? Do you really want me to be a loser? Do you want me to lose this game?" And he fucking pins me in a corner. I'm like, I'm sticking to my guns. I don't care. You have 5 minutes. This is the worst day ever. Blah blah blah. I go in the kitchen.
I'm gonna look at mom's tits. I'm just gonna sit in the corner and stare at him. Hey, Ma, undo a button. Yeah, that's the stuff. You see that, Dad? I'm looking at your Mrs. Tits. There you go.
Pull at the little shit.
Hey, Ma, pick that thing up.
So we're arguing. I'm yelling at him in the kitchen. He's in the living room. He's like, this is the worst day ever. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm going back and fucking forth. And then it goes silent. And then he goes, hey, Dad. And he just starts walking down the hallway. And he's got those fucking silly glasses with the eyebrows of the dad from American Pie with the big fucking nose. And he's just walking down the hallway like this. And I fucking lost it. And I'm like, you, sir, have won the fucking fight between me and you. And I fucking just lost. It was the best thing ever.
I picture him fast forward 28 years from now.
Yep.
And he's an up-and-coming lawyer. And he's in the middle of like, Your Honor, 1 second. Click, click, opens the briefcase. And then the whole court just goes, you won. He's innocent. He's innocent. Let him go.
I wonder if that was ever fucking tried. Because that would be fucking great.
Your Honor, look. It's not my nose and mustache. Come on.
Look at the eyebrows.
And the judge is like, I mean, we have evidence. I was going to give him the chair, but fucking that's great. You're free to go. Gabble.
Exactly. That's how he wins fights. He wins fights with comedy, and it kills me every day because I can't. This is like when he was even younger, and we used to argue, and I'm like, that's it. This monster truck, I'm throwing this monster trucks out. Blah blah blah. He would take the monster truck, go in the garbage, and he would throw the garbage pail out, and he'd turn around, look at me, and be like, "Now what?" And I just would be like, checkmate. Like, what do you do to that, you know?
I did something when my son was smaller. My son was always difficult.
Yep.
As a kid, like really difficult to the point where like he was the reason I had a vasectomy because like I couldn't. I know that sounds like
that he did it in his own kitchen.
Yeah.
It's just,
with chopsticks from the Golden Dragon down the street. I know that sounds like I'm trying to be funny, but legit, like he was the reason. Like, because I was going for 3, maybe 4 kids in my head.
Okay,
was what I wanted, and I went no. Never again.
I had one.
Never again. I can never do another one of him because my daughter was perfect.
Yep.
Perfect baby. Slept for 2 hours, woke up, feed me please, change me. I'm going back to sleep for another 2 hours. Perfect.
Right.
Didn't cry, was everybody's friend. Fucking he came along. I was like, I'm done. So when he was in his like above toddler stage, I don't know what time what group you call that. Kind of where your son is now.
Right, yeah, I'd feel like 6.
You know, you're not a toddler anymore.
6,
you're like I don't know the word.
I don't know. I try to go by ages, by clothing size.
But he was around that time. But he was. We went to the Cheesecake Factory and we sat outside. And there was a whole bunch of us, and we were there with family, with my wife's family. And at the time, everything was just shaky and you're on edge, and there's only so much passive aggressive stuff you can listen to.
Right.
And we were sitting outside because it was really busy, and it was either the spring or the summer, maybe early fall, but warm enough to sit outside. And my son was over by the mall, so my son kept opening the gate and running out. Now, there's no street there.
Right.
Because the way it goes to the back of the mall. And I get, you're trying to eat. And he goes, I go, sit back down, don't do it again. Like, I'm clearly telling you not to do it again. And we'd been in the mall. Went to the Disney store, and I bought him a pack of Toy Story toys.
Okay.
Woody, Buzz, Lotso, because it was Toy Story 3. Lotso.
Everybody in Toy Story 3.
Rex, Potato Head, all of them. And I go, stop it. And you know the time where you kind of say to your kid, and you're just exhausted, you're done.
Yeah.
And everyone around you is looking at you like other tables of you. Like, oh, he's losing his temper. Like, you've never fucking thought of lashing out. You know what I mean? Like, you've never thought of just letting go. Or you've never been in that situation. Immediately, you're better. Nobody understands you. When you're in the moment. But when they go through it, they're like, this is normal.
No, nobody with kids understands you. Everybody with kids kind of, I mean, it's been a couple of times where we went out and then like going past the table. So he's been like, I know what you're going through. You know what I mean? Like, it's usually the dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But
or there's like something, could you shut that kid up?
Yeah.
Like, some people will go like, fuck, I've been there. Like, the real honest people that understand.
And you want to get up and be like, come hit him.
Right.
Come fucking hit him.
Yeah, form a line. And you know when you talk to you talk to your teeth like, can you stop it?
Exactly. The
I'm in a
teeth.
Cheesecake Factory.
That's how you talk when you want to be embarrassed.
I'm talking to my teeth right now. What you doing? I'm talking to these fucking teeth. This means I'm mad.
That's when you immediately could put a puppet, like be a ventriloquist.
You didn't know
a ventriloquist
you're
out.
amazing at ventriloquism.
Stop it. Make yourself not look weird.
Just fucking do what I ask you to do. You fucking idiot. I swear to fucking do what I tell you.
You take the sock off your foot and everything, trying to make it look real.
What's wrong with you? You fucking psychopath. Right? So, or you sing. Do you get that mad when you sing? Put your fucking shoes on. Like, because you know the next level is punchy. Yeah. It's punchy town. Yeah. So, get off your sister. Right? So, we're at the Cheesecake Factory. And this is happening. He won't stop. So, I lose it. The people are looking. My wife's family or their friends or whatever, they're holier than thou. They're looking at me like, you shouldn't be losing your temper like that. So, I go, one more time. See what happens. Mm-hmm. He gets up and he runs out. And as he's running, he looks back at me. I pick up the Woody and I rip his head off. I twisted Woody's head off. And it wasn't like it wasn't like an action figure. It was like a mold toy.
Okay, yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You can't just like some toys you can pop the head off, pop the head back. I just fucking ripped and he stood like everyone. And people were like, that's too far. I'm like, fuck all of you. And I got up and I walked off and I went into Barnes and Nobles. I went in the back. I couldn't do it, man. Nobody was helping me. Nobody was backing me up, and I just lost it. And I ripped the head off. Then I was judged by everybody, and I went into Barnes and Nobles. And nobody comes up and rubs your back. Go, are you all right? Like I just want to have Cheesecake Factory. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to sit there and enjoy it.
Yep. The
I
car
didn't
ride
want to
here
come
was
here.
great. The car ride here was
I
kind
didn't
of
want to come here. You talked me into coming to the mall with your family. I don't want to come here. Because I know this shit happens.
Yep. And that's like, as a parent, like, you're like, it's like, what do you do? You're like, all right, this restaurant's 3 out of 5 stars. I can bring my kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how you look. And then and you know what? Here's the worst thing. And I'm going to say this right now. This can be the worst way to the worst waitress. If somebody ever comes in, a family ever comes in with fucking kids, always bring the kids their food fucking first.
That's it.
Always bring. We've been to so many places where they don't bring the kids food. We got ours first before the kids, and I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
I
Do you
eat right
know
in
the
front of my
attention
kids.
span?
I eat right in front of them. I go, fuck you. I'm paying for this meal. I'm busting my ass. I'm not busting my ass. I'm telling jokes. But still, all this money, all this food is because of my dumbass jokes.
Mick actually makes his kids feed him too when it comes first.
Hey, do you know what's a misconception that a lot of people don't understand? What? I read it in this book of ethics.
Okay.
Social etiquette. You know when your food arrives and it's say we go on a double date,
right?
And all the food arrives, you don't have to wait for all the food to arrive before
really?
you eat.
I do.
If the food is, because you're taught that way by the government.
To a point. I wait till a point. I sit there. So this is what I like. All right, my food's this hot right now. If his food doesn't come out in this time, I'm eating it because it's going to be cold.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
Because if your food is hot when it comes out and they didn't, then it's rude for them to wait for your food to get cold. Now,
but it's not even their fault.
But if a salad comes out, you got to wait. You got to wait.
You got to wait. That's it.
But salad, you got to wait.
You can eat warm lettuce.
Yeah, but if it's like your regular food, then you got to, unfortunately, you can go ahead and just shovel it in.
That's it. Okay.
And people think you're rude because they don't understand the rules.
Right.
They think they're on that old school way of thinking. You got to wait till everyone's going, I huff it in.
So if you're the first person to get your food and there's like 3 other people at the table, you wait.
I like.
But if 3 people have food and there's 1 person has to wait, do you wait?
Nah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
I don't like hot food.
The first person that gets it, you gotta wait.
Yeah, I like warm food.
Yeah,
not hot food.
Because then you're sitting there awkwardly as you're done.
Yeah, when I come home from the gym every morning, the first thing I do is I make up 6 eggs and cut up half an avocado, and then I leave it and I go have a shower.
Nice.
And then I come back and
you leave the avocado.
Avocado, yeah.
You leave it though while you shower.
Yeah.
You eat it.
What's it gonna do? I leave it right on the same plate with the eggs.
There you go.
And then what happens? I come back and the food is warm. It's nice. It's warm, not hot.
Eggs you can't eat cold.
No, but you eat them warm. It's nice. They're
you eat them warm.
I do them.
Perfect, yeah.
What do you call them over here when you just pop them and they bleed all over the place?
Fried eggs.
Is that what it is?
If you leave the yolk, it's So you have over easy, which you flip it and you leave the yolk. Then you have sunny side up, where you don't flip it, and then you have fried egg.
I do over easy then, and I tap and it bleeds and stuff all over the place
when it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You don't do it with bread. No. It's hard. I like over easy. It's hard to do it without bread.
No, it's not. And you know what the worst thing is? I fry butter on it.
Dipping eggs. That's what we used to call them growing up.
Yeah. You dip your soldiers into them.
Dipping. Is that and you eat your soldiers?
Yeah. What you do is you get the egg, you put it in an egg cup.
Is that how you become a man in Ireland?
You do. You don't have the egg cups over here, right? Do you have egg cups?
No.
You get a little egg cup.
Like there's egg cups for
That's it.
Hard-boiled eggs.
That's it. And you leave it in for a certain amount of time where the outside is hot, but the inside is all still gooey.
Okay.
And you chop the top off with your spoon.
Yeah.
You chop the top off with your spoon. And then you get your toast and you cut it into soldiers. That's what it's called.
What's a soldier?
Cut it into a strip.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Then you dip it in.
I'm thinking you're dipping plastic soldiers into your egg.
No, you dip it in. There you go. It's called soldiers and egg.
I didn't know that. You guys got better names for things.
Yeah, we do.
You really do.
Sunny side up.
Sunny side up. He's like, soldiers and eggs.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
You feel like a man
Someone
eating your egg
manly
from a
like
cup.
that. Shit. I gotta try it with my son. He'd be like, Dad, cut him into soldier shapes at least.
Got soldiers? Oh, you fucking damn right I do. These are terrorists killing soldier eggs.
There's nothing worse than getting an egg sandwich. And there's one.
Well, when you say that, cancer.
Okay.
I love when people say that. There's nothing worse. You better go ahead and say,
let me finish.
Getting cancer in the eyes, and then you go through 7 years of chemo, and when you finally come through, you're like, oh, God, I'm blind, but I got
I'll start off saying, this isn't worse than cancer, but if you get an egg sandwich, that's how they started.
You know, the worst thing is they go, you know what's not as bad as 9/11? When you go to the when you put a shirt on and you're one button off.
That's how you started everything.
Because I hate people do that. You know what the worst thing is? That's the worst. No, it's not. No, it's definitely not.
You're right. This isn't the worst. This isn't worse than cancer. But if you get an egg sandwich and there's a little piece of eggshell in it, it sucks. This isn't worse than cancer.
You know what's not as bad as the Holocaust? But it's pretty annoying when you go to a restaurant and they say the wait is only 20 minutes, but it turns out to be 25. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. They're not burned in ovens, though. Fuck, I gotta take that back. Oh,
You know.
that's fucking true.
I think we think we should bail on that one.
If
Pull
you
the
want
chute
to,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, great way to go with a fucking bang. A cancellation.
bang,
So why not?
cancellation. Listen.
I'm at the comic strip tomorrow night.
Oh, fuck,
joking,
I'll
I'm
post
joking.
this. This will be out
I'm
at
joking.
11:59 p.m. tonight.
September 8th. People in Pittsburgh. I am at the Pittsburgh Improv. Headlining the Pittsburgh Improv. Come out and see me out there. I've other dates, but they're not going to make in time. I'm on Long Island at the Argyle Theatre in Babylon.
Nice.
On October 9th. And then the boys are going to Utah.
Yes, we are.
Utah. We're coming to you, Mormons. You know, that's what I'm going to talk about. What if we were Mormons? Would you take another wife? Will we leave that for next
Let's leave that
episode?
for the next one.
Yeah, cliffhanger. Tune in next week. What would you do with 2 extra wives?
What
thanks,
would you do?
Thanks for listening. Also, check out the MANxiety. This is the MANxiety
MANxiety
show.
Show.
Check out Cheaper Than Therapy, my other podcast.
Check out the Sticks and Stone podcast with Chris Frey, Austin Brooks.
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Mick Thomas Comedy.
Follow me at I am Corey Brooks, and always follow the at I have MANxiety on Instagram show, obviously.
Yeah, that's it. All right, lads. Thanks for watching, listening, subscribing, sharing. You're the best. Love you.
Yes, love yous.